Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of A Dairyman's Diary. My name is Will, and today we have finally made a start on our silage for 2018. I've got myself out in one field, and Howie is actually just on the hillside, kind of over behind the trees there, and he's cracking on with some of the smaller fields up there. I'm going to get this one done, and I'm going to head across over to see him and catch up to see what he's getting on with. So we've got one of the smaller paddocks here. This one's only, I don't know, in the region of about 10 acres, well no, about 7 or 8 acres here. So we're going to rattle this one out nice and quickly. We've already done the big one just to the side of the yard. And we're flying through it actually, doing really well. After this we're going to head over to the west end of our land really, and there's a big block of grass pasture up there that we're going to try and get stuck into. And hopefully get that all wrapped out today, so that'll be very good. We're hoping it's really quite dry at the moment, so we're hoping all being well that we can get in with the forager tomorrow to get this lifted. Now, with that said, at the moment we haven't actually got any of this prepared. So Dad's currently working on the forager, and then I need to kind of later on today, I need to look into being able to get all of our tractors pulled around, get them all hooked up to trailers, make sure the rake's looking good, service that over if it needs it, kind of just get everything prepared for lifting some silage. But that shouldn't take too long. We'll get that tidied up, and then we can get on with the rest of the silage really, which would be fantastic. It's super sunny today, it's nice and dry, so if it stays like this, which I'm led to believe it's going to, we're going to be in for a great afternoon or great day of lifting silage tomorrow. And it's looking like a fair crop actually at the moment. Nice thick yields in most places. There's actually quite a bit of clover in the ground here still, which is brilliant. It's exactly what we want to see. And yeah, the mowers are singing along right now, so that's all fantastic news. Yeah, and we're going to just keep rumbling through here. We'll get this all lifted up, but again, it shouldn't take us too long to do this little block. You can see I have the auto swather here, both mowers do actually, but we're not actually putting it down for now. We do have a large rake, we have a 9-meter rake, so we're going to come through and lift that up anyway, and rake it all up ahead of the forager tomorrow. So with that in mind, it figures that we may as well just leave it like this on the ground to dry overnight, and then we'll be able to get that picked up and raked up nice and easily tomorrow morning. So that's not a problem at all. It's just a nice day out cruising in the Massey today, which is most enjoyable, I have to say. At this stage, I'd like to welcome along everyone who joined us for episode number 1. It was very nice to read all the comments and get all that positive feedback from you all. I'd love to catch up with you. So as always, do drop any comments you may have for this episode down below, and I'll endeavour to read them all. And typically a Simulation for the Nation will reply, but I'll always see them as well. So we'd love to hear about that and hear what you're getting up to. Lovely colour of green coming through. I love mowing silage. It's one of my ultimate favourite jobs here on the farm. Really do enjoy this. And yeah, it shouldn't take us too long to do it all, so we're going to keep battling on, and then we'll come back to you when we're a little bit further down the line. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the headlands done, and you can see I pulled that last headland away from the edge there a little bit, and now we've just made our first cut down the middle. We're going to see if we can get this wrapped out pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how this is all looking in the middle actually. It's a nice thick crop of grass in this field, and we only really got one dose of nitrogen and phosphate on here. The rest of it was a bit of slurry, and that's kind of it really. So yeah, it's coming along leaps and bounds, very happy with that, and let's hope all of the rest of it is done the same, because then that will give us a fairly hefty looking crop for this year. Now typically, because we do have a large number of cattle here, we're looking at about 250 head of milking cattle alone, and then there's probably in the region of around 20 dry cattle at the moment. We do need quite a lot of winter feed for these guys. So what we're going to be doing, we typically take 3 cuts, and there'll be some hay as well. So we'll have 2 silage cuts, one will be pit silage, and then if that fills the pit the first time round, we'll finish off the pit there, and the rest will go into baled silage. And then after that, ooh, a bit tight there. After the pit silage, then we'll go into baled silage, and we'll get a stock of bales going. And then we'll get some hay as well. So we'll have plenty to run at, that's for sure. That's never an issue for most years. I'm a bit concerned because it is really dry at the moment. I'm not sure how much the grass is going to regrow after this. There hasn't been a lot of rain, and there's not a lot of rain forecast moving forward. So that might be a little bit of an issue when it comes to getting some good regrowth on here. We've got the nitrogen in store ready to put back down onto the field to give it a good chance, give it a good boost, but if it's not going to rain, it's not going to wash in, it's not going to grow, unfortunately, so we need to be a bit more careful about that. But that's all something we can worry about once we get this good first crop in the pit, at least. And then we'll see how that looks. For now, though, we're just going to keep rumbling through this. It's not going to take us too much longer to get this field done. We should have it all wrapped out in about another half an hour or so. And then we'll head on we'll head west. We'll go and join up with Howie, who's should be finished his little blocks very shortly. And then we'll be able to get ourselves in and get ourselves working in tandem. So come and find us when we're a bit further down the line. We flew through that first field, no longer than about kind of 45 minutes to get all that done. As you see, we've got a varying thickness and quality of grass in here. We do have a lot of little white flowers. They are clovers, so it's good to see that they are there, because that indicates that there's a lot of nitrogen within the soil there. So even if the yield of the grass is not particularly strong, it means that we have got a good quality grass, which is what the cows need as much as a good yield. So yeah, we'll get this field done, then we'll move up into that one, and then we have to go around the roads just to get into that one there. But we're flying through it. We'll get this one knocked down in a hurry, and then I might just let Howie to crack on for a little bit, because I want to go and get these all of our equipment up and ready. So that's the mower down. I do need to just raise up my auto swather. You may be asking why I've got the auto swathers if we don't actually use them, which is a good question. We typically use those more when we're going to be baling. When we're lifting silage for chopping, I have a rake to row up the swaths anyway. So if we're just going to bale it and it's relatively dry, we'll just leave that all as it is. That's how we go in there. Yeah, Howie's away. Lovely stuff. But yeah, in this particular instance, like I say, we're just going to leave it out. It'll dry a little bit faster again, and we'll rake it up first thing in the morning. However, when I do come around this headland pass, I will put the swather down just to kick it out from the headland. Make it a little bit easier to rake up. So also that means that when the rake comes around, we're not going to be raking any trash up or any fresh wet grass into the swaths either. So that's what we like to try and do. But yeah, again, a nice little small pasture really, shouldn't take too long. This is permanent pasture, one of the many. I think we've got about half a dozen fields on our farm that are permanent pasture. So what that will mean is that we never put any crops into there, we just cycle through reseeding grass. Typically I will reseed a grass field about every 4 or 5 years, depending upon how much forage we've had off the grass. So this one was done 2 years ago, as was the one just over the hedge there, so it won't require another use anytime soon. That being said, if we take a second crop of silage or hay off this again like we did last year, we might look to do it after the 3rd year rather than the 5th, and that just rejuvenates the grass quality, brings in fresher seed, fresher plants, and allows the grass to continue to flourish. But yeah, grass is ultimately a very hardy plant. You'll always notice that even on your lawns at home, it can be covered in snow or hit by drought and it'll still come back up, so it is a very hardy plant to have. But yeah, again, same thing with this field. By the time we take off these headlands, there really won't be much left to this, but you know, we can only mow what's in front of us. We're doing our best to get through as much as possible. So we're going to swing wide a little bit there. And away we go. Lovely stuff. Going to be left with a few awkward triangles in this field, I think. But yeah, as you can see, there's again nice thick swaths here, so plenty for us to run at, and we'll get this all knocked down soon. And then, like I say, yeah, preparation is key for the next part of the silage, but we'll get onto that very shortly. So ultimately very happy with how it's coming along. By what we see here, we'll still be taking a second cut regardless, but we shouldn't need to do as many fields, I don't think. But yeah, it's just a matter of, we usually do about 50 acres second cut, but we'll see. When it's been a really bad year, we'll probably kick that up to about 70 acres, but we should be alright with around 50 acres this year, I think. And it'll be nice to kind of get ourselves going on that. But yeah, we'll keep rumbling through this, and then next stop will be to get some silage kit prepared, so we'll catch you back at the yard in a little while. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that is us finished there. Howie has just gone over next door. He's about to get a start in that last field. He's got a little bit of a squeak on his mower somewhere though, so he's having a quick look over that first. Where's my exit? Over there. So we're going to trundle on back down to the yard where we can, yeah, like I say, we'll get everything set up, really get ourselves operational for tomorrow. So yeah, I quite like getting everything set up. There's an element of excitement about it all, really. So we need to figure out what's going to pull what, and then actually need to go to the dad's yard and bring back the 7840 as well, because we're going to need that on a tractor and on a trailer. So we'll go and do that first, I think. And then yeah, once we're all set up there, we can think about getting ourselves up and ready for tomorrow. Bring the forager over. So Howie's got this field to run into as well. So you'll get onto that in a little while. But yeah, for now we're going to take this back to the yard, and I'm going to get a lift over to pick up the forager. Right, yo folks, we're back at the yard. My dad's yard, really. The chaperone has just gone back to the yard, to our place there. My lovely wife dropping me off. Dad's around here somewhere. He's been doing a little bit of servicing on the old New Holland there, so it's almost good to go. So yeah, it'll be interesting to get that fired up tomorrow and see how well it runs through. Usually there's always a couple of teething issues. But today we're just going to come and steal his tractor, really. Need to get ourselves up and working. Oh, get squeezed past that wheel there. Lovely stuff. This is I do really like this old machine here. It's a glorious Ford, it really is. Absolute workhorse for us as well. It's been a lifesaver. So yeah, we're going to just trundle back up to the yard with this, and we'll see. We'll put this onto a silage trailer, I think. That's all it'll do. And then we'll hook up all the silage trailers to the tractors. We need to get the rake onto a machine as well. Fancy that might go on to. We could almost put that onto the old Massey. Give that a bit of a run out. That might not be the worst idea in the world I've ever had. But yeah, lovely little Ford this. It's grand for just driving around pulling trailers. It still has enough power to pull the plough, just. Put it onto. We'll often put it onto the 3-meter cultivators we have as well, just to kind of spare up the other tractors, really. But yeah, it's a lovely little machine. Very rare, kind of, or very little gone wrong with it, really. It's been in immaculate condition for us. The only thing I've had to do once so far is replace the air conditioning belt that it started to wear out. But other than that, it's been fantastic. Not a single hitch. And around we go. So yeah, we're going to hook this up to one of the Marshalls probably, and we'll get this all fueled up and ready to go. And then yeah, we need to rescue the rake. We may get away with putting that into the John Deere actually, but we'll have to see. And then sooner or later we're going to have to start getting ready to feed everything up again for the evening. So we'll get this back to the yard, and we'll see what machine we're going to put it onto. It's a beautiful day here today though, absolutely glorious. Not a problem out there, not a single grey cloud to be seen, which is great. Even it's getting late in the afternoon as well, so still fantastic out there. Silage is drying out a treat, so it really shouldn't be too long till we're able to get into that. So you might notice we always drive into the yard here pretty slowly. Health and safety is something that I'm very conscious of, and as a farmer and a farm owner, I've been doing everything I can to improve the safety on the farm here. One of those things is keeping the speed down. There's a lot of blind corners here that you can come around, and you never know what you're going to meet. So if my drivers all drive through the yard nice and slowly, it's really going to reduce down the possibility of any issues, let's say. What we're going to do now is hook this straight up to this Marshall trailer here. And then that's number 1 done. That's lovely. We'll probably just leave this Ford tucked around this corner for now, actually. It's all ready to go, so we can just leave that here. I'm actually quite envious of whoever drives this tomorrow. Lovely little setup, that. Beautiful. So we're going to put the John Deere onto the rake. We have got quite a large rake, so the Massey might not be able to handle it very well. So we'll get everything fed up first, and then that'll be good to go there. Elsewhere, trailer-wise, we have the 2 other Marshall trailers around the back here. So we've got the West trailer and we have the other Marshall trailer. What we'll probably do, I think we're gonna have to stick the we'll stick the Massey onto another trailer there, I think. Squeeze through here, we'll have to just hook off this mower. Yeah, and then when Howie's finished with his mowing, we'll hook the mower off the New Holland and then we can stick him onto another trailer as well, and we'll be sorted. For trailers, 3 trailers is typically enough for what we need actually around here. And then the operation is good, although I do need to take the JCB and pick up a new muck fork, or a new silage fork, sorry, because we don't actually have one of those at the moment. So there's one waiting for us down at the store, which you need to go and take a drive and pick that one up, which we'll do in a little bit. Yeah, we'll take this one, I think. Okie dokie then, so that's 2 trailers done. I'll go and take a drive with the JCB now to pick up the new silage buck rake, and then we can, we'll get that hooked on, feed up the cattle, hook the rake on there, and we're good to go. So at this stage, I think we will leave this here as we get everything tidied up and all the last little bits and pieces done. I hope you have enjoyed. We are going to be busy over the next few days with actually pulling in the rest of this silage, so we'll do our best to document all of that and make sure you're all up to speed with what's going on. And then we will see you in the next episode. So for now, if you have enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button to Simulation for the Nation, who kindly hosts our videos. And we will see you in the next one. So until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.